Everybody, welcome to Jacob's Quest, and today we are continuing our Mandalorian Rewatch Season 1, Episode 3. I've been messing around a little bit with the sequence timers, so that little window you see where you actually will see some footage from the episode is going to be happening more consistently. I set it to like every 12 seconds or so, hopefully YouTube doesn't have a problem with that. I think as long as you show 10 seconds or less segments of an episode and then you have it go away and then you have it come back a little bit later, I think that should be okay. We're gonna find out, I guess, or I'll find out. Hopefully I don't have to completely redo this, but anyways, so as usual, I'm going to I'm going to count down from 3, and then I will press the play button on 1, so it'll go 3, 2, 1, and then I'll press play. So you can do that along with me, and then I'm going to attempt to set this timer to start exactly as I press the play button. Obviously, it might be like a half second later or something, because Alright, so yeah, I think we're ready to go. Alright, and 3, 2, 1. Okay, I have pressed play. That should be playing. Here we go. Okay, the Disney sign came up. It might have skipped for a second, but I don't know. And we're seeing the previously on. Bounty hunting is a complicated profession. Okay, so they were talking about how, yeah, it's acceptable to destroy him for a lower fee, but IG-11 was told explicitly that he should destroy the asset. So, like I was saying last time, there's still some questions with that as to like what was going on there. Suka. And there's still like the overlying question of like, so he doesn't know anything about the Jedi, doesn't know anything about the Force, and I understand that the galaxy is a big place, right? And it's the same thing with like the original trilogy. It's like the Jedi were only around, just barely 20 years ago. So it doesn't feel like something that would be forgotten that easily. But I people have done the numbers, like, well, there's only 10,000 Jedi, there's trillions of people out there, so I guess it's possible, but it still seems strange to me. Is this where he starts playing with stuff? Oh no, this is where he takes the silver knob. The animation of him just dropping out of the cradle is pretty funny. Yeah, I feel like he would choke on that. So I know that it's just funny the way he grabbed him. I feel like he'd end up choking on the silver colored knob. So I know that at the end of this episode, spoilers, he gives him back the knob, but like, I don't know. I feel like that's kind of dangerous. I feel like he might end up killing himself, but with the knob. So Navarro, it definitely looks like. I mean, I think we're definitely going back to Navarro for season 2. We've even seen like bits of footage where it looks like the planet might be exploding or something. So I don't know if there's some kind of mining or something happening on Navarro, and they hit the wrong rock and everything starts erupting, or or what's going on. But yeah, we've seen some interesting looking footage coming out of Navarro for season 2. Interesting R2 unit. Not that one, but there was another one with some strange like wheels as legs instead of Okay, so that ship really, yeah, that's right. That ship was to get inside. These dirty ass stormtroopers. See, I get that they don't have like a star destroyer, I guess, for them to like clean their uniforms, but you'd think that they have at least a little bit of soap, right? You'd think that it'd at least be like, hey, you gotta scrub your stuff every once in a while. So are they like reading midichlorians? Like, what are they doing with this kid? Yeah. How many fops did you give it? It's interesting that you didn't see any other bounty hunters there. Like, it's like no one else even went to the planet. Only IG-11 and him. So I'm not sure what's up with that. Um, you'd think you'd see a lot more other bounty hunters, or maybe more did, and they just got repelled by the mercenaries. It's possible. Yeah, everyone was freaking out because that's like the container that you see in The Empire Strikes Back. I'm blanking on his name, but it's like a background character who's running with that container. It's essentially like an ice cream maker. Um, but they brought it back and they showed how it opened and all that. Man, he was basically just like, yeah, don't forget what we did, which is still like the fact that the Empire, at least they seem like they wiped out a big majority of the Mandalorians. It's like that one episode of Star Wars Rebels, I guess, did not end so well because they did like this whole thing where they're going to do an uprising, and then we never see what happens. But I guess it didn't end well. There's the heavy Mando. They're all like, huh, the best guy you got there. See, and I'm wondering if did they all come from like the same tribe. You know, like they all have like these. All the Mandalorians have like these family names, and then they all have these clans that they're under. So I'm wondering, like, what is all their relation, or are they kind of just random Mandalorians that found each other, and now they all they have is each other? You know, I want to know like what preceded these events. When did they decide we're gonna go on to Navarro and we're gonna live in the sewers? Like, how did that happen? I want to see someone do that armor, like cosplay wise, like the heavy armor. That's it's like it's just the whole aesthetic of it is just bulky and clunky, and it's like I love that the forger's just sitting there, just like, all right, you people, you're fighting. It's like a bunch of children, you know. I want to see. I really wish that we can get a scene or at least some promotional material of all these other Mandalorians in the background. Like I want to see I want to see their colors and all the different designs they got on. So the foundlings are the future. Now, the thing is like obviously, man, the planet Mandalore, they had a people. You know, they had people who were born on Mandalore. They had, uh, people who were probably descendants of the ancient Mandalorians. And then you have foundlings. Now, if they're saying the foundlings are the future, it's like, did all the Mandalorians really get wiped out? Like, are their numbers like depleted? And so now it's just the foundlings. Another thing is that in the season two trailer, we see that he does have more whistling birds. Um, so I either he just kind of had some spares in his pocket because we see him use these ones. Um, so either he had some spares in his pocket or something, or he just found some more Beskar to forge some more. I do love that we actually got some super battle droids though. That's pretty cool. the armor is built. He's so shiny. Yeah, they were right. Like it'll attract many eyes. Everyone knows that he just got paid. All of them, Mando. I guess that's the bad thing about having all the Beskar. Like just like the guy in the first episode, he's like, "Is that real Beskar?" It's like you're walking around in this, you're walking around in like this really durable armor, but at the same time, it's essentially like, it's just begging someone to try and steal it from you. Even he's got some. Apparently, that's a thing from KOTOR or Galaxies or one of the games, the Twilight healing baths. It's yeah, it's funny. Let's see, who's this? Ocean Dunes of Karnak. Hey, you know what? Maybe that's where he's at in season two. Because in season two, we keep on seeing him with we keep on thinking that it's Mon Cala. He's on this boat. Maybe that's actually where they're at. Maybe he's actually fulfilling that bounty. It's possible. The Ocean Dunes of Karnak. You know what? I'm gonna put that forward as a theory. That's where he's at in season two. Yeah, like the New Republic is they're just trying to like put themselves together still, probably. Like they don't have time to chase reports of small amounts of stormtroopers or whatever. But of course, that's how it ends up. That's how a lot of the Empire ends up, staying and hiding and eventually becoming a much bigger problem. So yeah, no one out here takes the New Republic seriously. They're too new. They're too it's essentially just the rebellion. So yeah, he was trying his best to get the child off his mind. That's why he was like, just take me to one that's really far away. But I love that it's all body language here. It's all just like the hesitation of the hand. It's like he's like, ah, shit, I can't. And of course, a great use of the scores helping to deliver the point of what's happening in his mind. Now I want to pay attention to exactly what he hears them say, because he's going to hear him say something like, "Oh, we got to draw its blood," and something like that. So Also, that little pole you see on the side of the building, that I believe that's the same pole that they used in A New Hope to try and stop the trash compactor. It's got like the same ridges along it. I don't remember why I know, or I don't know why I remember the way that a specific pole looked. But if you look on the side of the building a second ago, I think it's the exact same one. Yeah, okay, so I guess he just grabbed it out of the trash and rebuilt it. Because I was like, doesn't he have that exact same cradle later, or is it a different one? It must be the same one. He must just rebuild it. Okay, okay. Extract the necessary material, and then the doctor's like, so and so explicitly asked us to bring it back alive. And then he's like, just finish it quickly. Can't guarantee your safety. That's interesting. It sound so. It would seem like Moff Gideon wants the child alive, but this handler guy doesn't really care either way. He just wants the necessary material. But like, why is the doctor in danger? You know, like there's that doctor's his role in all of this is like a huge question mark. I hope he better be back in season two. Like if that doctor doesn't show up at all in season two, I don't know what's up then. I don't, because he's like a big part of this puzzle. See, I know it's a vibro blade, but it looks like a pretty small blade. So like I like that they got like this little the medical droid. See, he really wants to protect the kid. So it's like I wish there was like some Arabic we could translate or something here, but it's just like see, I would. I mean, I know Mando's got to get out of there with the kid, but like, I would have stayed there and asked questions like, "What are you people doing here? What, you know?" Because the doctor really seems to care that he's alive. Like, he cares about the kid. So I'm almost wondering, like, what if he had a personal hand in like the creation of the child? And so he kind of feels like responsible for it. That's why he actually cares if it's alive or not. Um, because that's definitely the vibe I'm getting off of that doctor. Like he, you know, yeah. If it's all dark like that, I'm taking off the stormtrooper helmet. Like I got to be able to see. It's hard enough in like daylight. Imagine a dark room and you got a stormtrooper helmet on. Yeah, there's actually like one of the few times he gets to use the flamethrower. It feels like all the other times in the show, it's like he just misses entirely with the fire. So those things must have like, I don't know, like heat trackers or something. Yeah, and everyone still has their tracking fob. You know, and again, I think these things really only have like they either only have the base information for the child, like oh he's 50 and so, or they somehow switched it to track the Mando himself. It's interesting that it comes from this to him being like an all right guy. But I guess they do that in a lot in Star Wars, huh? Like the other day I was talking about how Hondo Onaka like had this big character change over the course of what adds up to decades. He goes from Clone Wars when he first meets Obi and Anakin, and all the way to Rebels, and then all the way to Galaxy's Edge now, where he's helping the Resistance. So it's like they do that thing a lot in Star Wars, where it's like the smugglers and the criminals element often has like a big change of heart. Oh, that poor droid. And he was just doing what he was told. He just didn't want to get destroyed. Yeah, he needs to use that more often. But then again, I guess a lot of his conflicts will be over really quickly if he uses it all the time. Yeah, I imagine that wrist gauntlet only holds so much fuel. Although I just thought of something else also, because I know I was talking about how like the criminal element often has a big change of heart in Star Wars. Um, but I was also just realizing like, it was only after spending like a couple days with the child Din Djarin like completely like, all right, screw the bounty hunting stuff, right? But then I just realized like once Grief Karga gets healed by the child, he then also has a big change of heart. So I'm almost like, you could almost like tie in some kind of conspiracy where it's like, what if the child causes people to have a change of heart, like turns them into good people? That'd be like I don't think that's what it is, but that'd be like a crazy thing they could say one day. I don't know. That heavy Mando is cool. He's got a giant gun. See, and it's a little unclear what happens later, because like when he comes back, the Mandalorians are all pretty much wiped out, and the Empire, I guess, just rules that area. I suppose Moff Gideon might just be like overhead above Navarro, and I guess they came down and wiped everyone out and then left again. I don't know. Yeah, I remember when this was first airing, a lot of us, because we had seen character posters where it was Din Djarin, Grief Karga, and Cara Dune and IG-11 all like together. But then like we don't see IG-11 for a while, and then we don't see Grief Karga for a while after this, and for a while we're all like, oh, is that character poster just kind of misleading? Like, um, luckily it was not in the end, but I remember for a while we were all a little confused as to why they marketed that way when that was not turning out to be the team up that we thought it was going to be. Yeah, you will. But they definitely, especially season 2, they're still kind of suggesting that big team up. Um, where they're all together. They're showing a lot of material of the three of them all together. Um, so I'm wondering if they'll do that again, where they're only that team for like 1 or 2 episodes. I guess probably, huh? Okay, that was Deborah Chow's episode 3. Gonna go ahead and pause that. Go ahead and stop the timer. Okay. Uh, yeah, it's we're only a handful of hours away from what is supposedly the uh, second trailer for season 2. It could end up being more of a sneak peek style, like here's the first couple minutes of episode 1 or something. Either way, we're gonna get some kind of new footage of some sort, and that's pretty cool. Um, so yeah, cool. I'm really excited. Obviously, I still have 5 episodes to go on my rewatch, but that's okay. I still have about 12 days, so I'll make it. I'll be fine. I know today I wanted to just knock out at least these 3 episodes, if not more later. I don't know. But that way I feel like I'm not trying to finish this season up literally like the day before or something. I wanna take my time, try and enjoy it. So yeah, see you guys on the next episode. Bye.